basically kind of like what we have in Florida. They have their legislature, they have their governor. And they've had some really good governors in the past. I don't know about the one that you've got now. I'm not so sure, but yeah.
Oh. So if they do have a toll, like you said, in Puerto Rico, where do you think the money goes to? Do you think it stays in Puerto Rico or does it stay in the United States?
Well, that's another issue. It seems like if you're going to pay taxes, wouldn't it be good if those taxes like stayed there instead of like going into our big, huge.
But it will always,
tax pot?
but I think that Puerto Rico will always be affected. Like here, we have things that are state matter y otras que son federales. So yo pienso que para todo hay una.
You lose a lot of autonomy as a state. You know, like right now I think, well, say illegal immigrants. Puerto Rico can pretty much set some policy right now. I don't know.
As far as like Puerto Rico and like the leaders and decision making, like what can you do?
What can they do? They can run the island. But there are certain limitations because like in a lot of places they have to follow U.S. laws, which may be good or may interfere. But yeah, they're more like the governor of the state.
I really think Puerto Rico, they're not gonna like the melting the mosaic concept that people come here and they just add to the picture while staying themselves.
Yeah.
So it's not like they're gonna lose like who they are because they're not gonna be Puerto Rican and they're not Puerto Rican.
Yeah, I know, but you can see why people would be worried about losing that. Like, how many of you have listened to your grandparents complain about your terrible Spanish? And, right? Yeah. You know?
Oh. Yeah, okay. Like, I think that no matter of like, should they be a part of the state, should they not? Or like, should they pay taxes? Like, if they're going to be considered U.S. citizens, they should get everything that a U.S. citizen gets and has. Like, they should be able to pay taxes. They should also vote. Like, they can't have some and like none. It's either all or none.
You're like all or nothing.
Yeah.
You're either in or you're out.
Yeah, because they
That's
get
how you see it.
benefits.
But
But then they also get some benefits and they get some like non-beneficial things.
don't you think it would be just very weird to be in this like halfway situation like they are?
Yeah, I just
it seems like you have to be double checking yourself all the time. Like, is this a Puerto Rican thing or is this an American thing? Can I do this or I can't do this? You were thinking of something back there.
And can I add something really quick? What is really weird is to know that, por ejemplo, yo me siento puertorriqueña, por supuesto, pero también me siento americana, por supuesto. So I get offended twice differently.
Different ways.
When I hear people, cuando yo escucho mucha gente de Puerto Rico que viene aquí o hispanos que llegan a este país a criticar y a criticar y a quejarse y a quejarse y a quejarse, yo digo, pero ¿cuál era la situación en tu país? Si a ti te va tan mal aquí hay tantos problemas, why are you here? ¿Ven? So it's really there are no words to explain la dicotomía que vive una persona como yo que creció en Puerto Rico, siendo Puerto Rico siempre estado. I come from a home where my two parents were from pro statehood, and then come here after being an adult and look at Puerto Rico. Okay, esa es mi isla, la extraño, esto, aquello, lo otro, yes, but yo adoro la vida que yo tengo en este país. Y no puedo dejar de sentirme americana ni dejar de sentirme puertorriqueña.
That's interesting.
It is really interesting and I love the feeling of feeling American and Puerto Rican. I love it.
You love that.
Yeah.
You don't feel confused.
Para nada. Y nunca lo he sentido, Clifford, nunca lo he sentido. So I try to understand other people and I try to be as objective as I can. Pero yo no me veo separada de ninguna de las dos identidades because I have acquired both identities at the same time.
See, like I grew up in Latin America. We did like kind of the opposite. My family's American, but I grew up in Latin America. That's why I speak Spanish. And but I always knew what I was.
Because it depends
Just
also
one
of the
thing.
home or the circumstances that took you to that country.
Circumstances too, but I've never thought I was anything except
Be-
just one thing.
Exactly, but think of this: if your parents moved to that country, seguramente fue por una decisión deliberada y libre de tu familia. I didn't have that option. I grew up in a place where it was already American territory.
That's true.
So for me, it's normal to think of the United States the way I think of it.
Let me ask you something.
Uh-huh.
How does your son see himself?
Oh my God, and that's another interesting thing.
He's
Be-
becoming an independentista?
No, para nada.
Okay, curious.
Mi hijo se siente both. Y yo le he preguntado directamente. Él se ve a sí mismo as an American in a lot of senses, pero en términos culturales y de postura ideológica at times, he sees himself as a Puerto Rican.
Isn't this a great country?
I love it. That's exactly
Where
what.
we can just like fit in.
Exactly.
people so well.
This
and,
is just a huge pot.
and I think Miami, I think we do such a great. I think Miami is awesome as far as fitting people in, don't you?
I do too.
You've all got neighbors from everywhere, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if people get along, I think we should be super proud of ourselves. I think you should be super proud of yourselves. It's such mature.
Definitely.
comments.
This is amazing.
Well,
Thank you so
I hope
much.
you'll all think about taking Caribbean studies next year. Because you've got an interest, I'd love to have you. Well, thanks.
Muchas
Really
gracias,
always
Clifford.
enjoyed it.
Muchas gracias.